Yo, what's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode. This one's gonna be a little different though, because I just got back from school and I have some devastating news for my Arizona residents, my fellow Arizoners, alright? Because in school, they've been talking about this Arizona House Bill 2793. And what this is it's an amendment to a previous bill. Um, Title 15, Chapter 1, Article 1, Arizona statutes by adding Section 15 to 120.05 relating to public schools, blah, blah, it's all text. I don't really know what that means, to be honest. But yes, this is what the overall thing is I have concerns about. Because, first, let me read it out loud. Each school district, governing board, and charter school governing body shall prescribe and enforce policies and procedures that both 1. Govern student access to the internet as provided by schools, including policies that restrict the social access to social media platforms. The policies and procedures adopted pursuant to this paragraph shall allow teachers to give students access to social media platforms to the extent necessary for educational purposes. 2. Limit the use of wireless communication devices by students during the school day. The policies and procedures adopted pursuant to this paragraph shall allow students to use wireless communication devices for educational purposes as directed by the student's teacher or during an emergency. B. For the purpose of this section, this is defining the words. School day means periods of time when students are at school, including meals like lunch, passing periods, and recess. 2. Social media platforms means a website, computing application, or other digital platforms that is used for social media networking and creating or exchanging virtual content. 3. Wireless communication devices includes personal devices and devices that are provided by the schools. And yes, that does mean school issued laptops, and that's what I would assume that means. Now that I think about it, I do think there are some fundamental flaws with this. I think that, especially with what happened in Georgia recently, it's really unfortunate. But what happened in Georgia, I feel like if you're, because I've heard from people who are in different school districts than I am, and from teachers there too, that they do this thing where they just take away everyone's cell phone. They just take it away for the whole day, and that's crazy to me. That is insane. Okay, I think that that's a little too far. I'm so glad that my school district has not decided to do that, but I do feel like that it could be an unfortunate thing where a student was not able to contact their parents because the school has taken away their cell phones. Now, it does say here that it says something about an emergency, right? Yes. The paragraph shall allow students to use wireless devices for educational purposes as directed by a student's teacher or during an emergency. And an emergency can mean a lot of things, right? It doesn't really define emergency, but everyone knows what an emergency is. So, yeah. So I feel like there is some stuff that is in the right place, but with what's happening in the U.S. and just overall, like, school should not be a burden. School should never be a burden. It should be a place where people want to learn. Should be a place where people want to hang out. Should be a place where people want to make friends with each other and network and learn, right? Everyone wants to learn, right? You need that to progress in society and life. Okay? And if you're forcing these cringe rules onto people, then no one wants to go to school, all right? No one wants to go to school. No one's going to want to get an education. People are going to have bad impressions about school when they look back upon it. It's not gonna be worth it, all right? This is more than what it's worth, all right? Now, I don't really know what to do about this. I don't really expect anyone else to know what to do about this. I just want to let people know that this this is terrible. It really is. Like, I don't really know. Like, this, okay, so far from what I've understood, from what I have understood from reading this over and over again, and from my teachers have said in school, is that from the email that the principal sent to the teachers, it's that if a student is caught with their phone, it's an immediate referral, and your phone gets taken away. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to press legal charges against you. I'm not even sure if they can. But it is a law, and technically having your phone out is violating that law if it's not directed by the student's teacher or during an emergency. So I really don't know how that works. It's quite curious, actually. It's quite curious indeed. I'll try and get some more research done on this because I'm quite curious to see where this will go, because it's probably going to have a lot of backlash in the near future, because I heard this is a pretty recent thing. Now, looking at the Arizona State Legislature, it's it's probably going to go right here. It hasn't been added there yet, because it is 120.05, which would go under the suicide prevention training, approved materials, posting immunity, spending classifications, in the general provisions in the education area. Now, this is weird. I don't necessarily know why it's here. I don't know how this is really structured, but it's in the general provision section. So I'm assuming this has to do more with the technological side of schools and everything. Now, I don't necessarily think this comes out of a place of general malice, but I feel like it's just so unnecessary, as most teachers are able to handle their own cell phone policy for the most part, and I feel like the state of Arizona interfering in that makes it really weird, because now the teachers feel more paranoid that they're going to get fired for just having a student have their phone out for something. Though it does say educational purpose, so there can be some nuance in that. It's not like a hardline no phones, it's over policy, but it's just such an unnecessary and random thing to provoke students and make them feel scared about even having their phone out because they could get arrested or something. I don't know, but it's just crazy to think that this is like an actual thing that's passed. Because I want to be with you guys. I don't know when this was passed. I've never even heard of this before. Like, I don't really pay attention to local legislature and stuff like that. But I would assume I would hear something it affects me a lot, right? It affects me, it affects my friends, affects a lot of people I know in general. It's crazy how most people have not heard about this, including me. So I don't even know what to even say. Like, it's not dystopian. I wouldn't go that far. I've made jokes that it was dystopian, but it's not like actually dystopian. It's more disappointing that they would take this action. Like, I understand that high school freshmen are annoying, but is banning phones and making it a law to not allow phones in school, is that necessary? It's kind of ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But I don't really know what to add to that. It's it's just weird that this is a thing. So, yeah, I just wanted to make this video to let people know that this is a thing, and it's cringe, and yeah, I don't really know what else to add to this. See you. Peace!